Hey. You guys hear the police in the background? Man, I love my neighborhood. These are the Gateron Slate switches. They're a linear switch with a 40-gram actuation and a 60-gram bottom out, 1.5mm actuation, 3.5mm travel. They feature a proprietary housing material and use a stainless steel spring. I have no knowledge of what the housing is made of, but I can only assume it is the same housing material as the Gateron Ink Yellow switches, since some vendors seem to compare these switches with each other. I saw these switches on sale on my favorite switch store, Tankeys. Please sponsor me. And this was around the same time I was looking for KTT roses as well. The one thing that put me off about these switches was the fact that these switches were like $8 for 10 switches, which is 80 cents per switch. That's pretty expensive. But anyways, I purchased these switches, waited a few days, got them, put the switches into the board, and I can say that these switches stock feel like a stock switch. They're a very light switch. Like with the 40-gram actuation, it feels more close to a Gateron Red than a Gateron Yellow. But like, it's like a combination of the two switches. Actuation of a Gateron Red and a bottom out of a Gateron Yellow. Feel these switches stock? Feel like any other stock switch with their signature scratchy hollow sound. There isn't necessarily a huge amount of scratch in the switch stock, but there is a scratch. What am I saying? Spring and leaf ping. I don't hear any spring ping, but I do notice some slight leaf spring ping coming from the switch. Sound of these switches stock suck. That's all I'm gonna say. Now how about the lubed version of these switches? How they feel, how they sound. They sound better. These switches lubed are significantly improved in my opinion. The switches feel smoother to type on because of the 205 grade 0 lube, and the slight leaf ping is now gone. Typing on these switches feels nice, but for me at least, the switches are very light, being that these switches bottom out at 60 grams. Plus the actuation is at around 40 grams, so it makes it feel even lighter to type on for me. I myself enjoy a heavier switch ranging from like 67 to mid 70 grams, so these switches are a bit too light for me. But the feel is definitely something that I do enjoy about these switches. The sound of these switches are nothing too exciting, plus sound varies a lot, being the fact that it depends on a lot of factors such as the plate, case. These switches inside the Brutal 60 with an FR4 plate are okay for me. Not the best sounding switches out there, but okay in this board. For me. Who knows? Maybe these switches sound amazing on another board, you know? Now, would I recommend these switches? I'm not sure. Maybe? First thing I'll talk about, probably a big factor, is the price of these switches. These switches, like I mentioned earlier in the video, are $8 for 10 switches, or 80 cents per switch. These are very expensive. If I were to think about feel, sound, and stuff like that, I can think of plenty of other switches that I personally prefer over these switches, like the KTT Roses, Marshmallows, Gumpetus, Gateron Yellows, Lavenders, Gat Caps. But this is purely my preference. If we're talking price as well, the Marshmallows and Gumpetus are similar to the price of these switches, and I would prefer those switches purely off of feel, being that those switches are progressive linears, feel a bit smoother, have a heavier spring, and sound better. To me, the Gateron Yellows, I mean, come on. We talking Gat Yellows here. They're amazing. I'm talking feeling price, okay? Lavenders, Gat Caps, KTT Roses, all cheaper than Gateron Slates, and they feel better. To me. Second thing, if you prefer a lighter switch, whether it be because you're a typist and you type like fucking 500 miles an hour, or you're a gamer and want the edge when it comes to movement, reaction, whatever gamer buzzwords there are, these are a good switch to go with. The fairly low bottom out of 60 grams, plus the very light actuation of 40 grams, these are great switches when it comes to responsiveness for gaming. I'm not much of a gamer myself, even though, you might think I admit amazing professional gaming skills, getting all the frags, chicken dinners, aces, in Valorant, Call of Duty, Fortnite, CSGO, Overwatch, blah, fucking bullshit. Because, like, come on. Why. But yeah, I can see the switches being a great option for when it comes to playing competitive games. If you have money and you want a new switch to try out, go for these. If you enjoy competitive games, go for these. If you love typing tests, go for these. If you like linear switches, go for these. If you want a light switch to type on, go for these. If you like collecting switches, go for these. If you like linears, go for these. If none of these fit you, don't go for these. Just kidding, don't listen to me. Make your own decisions. I'm just here to give you my opinions. So, in conclusion, the Gateron Slates are a light linear switch that provides a mediocre stock typing experience, but a nice smooth lube typing experience. Whether you're a person who loves games, light switches, typing fast, or even collecting switches, these are a switch that are good to try out. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. I have other videos as well, reviewing other switches and keyboards. If you like that, hit that subscribe button. I also have a Twitch. I try to stream every Wednesdays and Fridays at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I also try to do a surprise stream somewhere in the morning of my time zone. So yeah, go check me out at twitch.tv/smilindown. Here's a clip. Some of the things that I do over there.
Bye. I wish she lasted another month so smashing would be vile. Well, it's already disgusting enough. Coke is better. Yeah, Coke is better. Keep punching it. Oi! Ah!
So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.